Smoke in the cabin forces a plane to make an emergency landing this afternoon here in Jacksonville. The flight was headed from Atlanta to Orlando with 200 people on board, including 6 crew members. Passengers were taken to Orlando on shuttle buses this afternoon. And we spoke this evening with retired Lieutenant Colonel Randy Reep, who has more than 15,000 flight hours, including 4,000 on a plane just like that 757. He explains why it landed at Cecil Airport today instead of Jacksonville International.
Today was a land as soon as possible. Put the aircraft on the ground now, passenger safety being the paramount thing. And it appears they did that in a very expeditious manner, and they landed at a field maybe that they didn't have support, but they made sure that they had safety there.
And this evening, I spoke with a passenger from Atlanta on Flight 1576 who described what it was like making that emergency landing.
All of a sudden, no warning, just the oxygen mask came down. And then shortly thereafter, they said the cabin was depressurizing and put on our mask.
Peter Stewart was sitting in the emergency exit row headed to Orlando for a work trip when his life flashed before his eyes.
In my 40 years of flying and close to 3 million miles, like this was the scariest time I've ever been in an airplane.
As the plane rapidly descended, he was able to send a text message to his wife and children.
I just said, I love you. In the moment, that's the only thing that popped into my head. And then I went to write something more and the Wi-Fi cut off. And then the plane decelerated even more. It was deathly quiet. You could see people holding each other's hands. I know I was saying prayers.
Delta confirms the Boeing 757 was diverted due to smoky conditions in the cabin.
I didn't see any smoke. Multiple people said they smelled smoke.
What followed was a dramatic descent to Cecil Airport in Jacksonville.
The way that plane banked like that, so tightly while descending altitude so quickly, I think that was a very competent crew that performed that maneuver and got us into that small airport so quickly.
The moment the plane landed safely,
everybody erupted in applause for the pilots.
My question for you is, are you going to get on a plane and fly back to Atlanta after all of this?
Honestly, Heather, I haven't made up my mind yet. Part of me wants to just rent a car and drive back.
An afternoon he will never forget. And he told me he had to actually wait to tell his wife what all unfolded because she had to report for jury duty this afternoon. So everyone made it back safely. The airline says there are no indications of a fire on that flight. The FAA is now investigating and says that the crew reported a pressurization issue.